I can get. All right, plane crashes right over here. You can see it in the field right there. And it's just sitting there. It's no, looks like it just went down. No evidence of a crash or anything. It looks like he might have just landed it. So yeah. There it is. That's probably the closest I'm going to let myself get. I don't want to get any closer than that. I'm going to let the authorities take care of the rest because we truly just don't know the situation here. So I'm not going to get any closer than this. But this is what we see. People are riding around in these little Gator ATV machines. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, he's just out here in a field. Police over here. Don't know what's happening, but this is what we can see. So yeah. What a day. Here we are. The plane is down. Whether he crashed, do not know. Looks like he just set it down. Do not know the condition of the pilot. See some people walking out here right now. And again, I'm not going to get any closer than this. I'm actually zoomed in, so I look like I'm closer than I actually am. But I'm not going to get any closer than this for my own safety because I just truly do not know the situation here. A guy could be armed, just truly do not know. So I'm gonna stay back, and got some people right there approaching.
Oh my God.
Is that Tyler Graves? I just don't know how close I can get. Can hear the sirens, but he's on the ground. And it doesn't appear there's any violence or anything. I mean,
Well, I guess we can all let go of a sigh of relief and we can all enjoy our Saturday just a tad bit more now, knowing that we are safe because the pilot who stole that plane in Tupelo, Mississippi, and was threatening to crash it into a super Walmart, well, he has been taken into custody. That is right. We were tracking his flight because you can go online. There's various different apps and websites you can use to track these airplanes, and we were tracking his flight, and he was just doing circles and loop-de-loops and hoop-de-hoops all around the area, and then bam, he just disappeared off the map. And that's when we all figured, okay, he must have crashed or landed. Well, it turns out he actually landed in like a bean field or something. And I don't know if he has any injuries or whatnot, but he is alive. And he has been taken into custody. I don't think that there was an exchange of like bullets or anything like that. I think he was just taken into custody directly out of his airplane. So this was, I guess, the best ending to the story that we could have gotten because no one is hurt. And just waking up to this news story was just insane, but it's just the average day in 2022. You know, people are stealing airplanes now and threatening to crash them into grocery stores. That's what we have to deal with now. Luckily, like I said, no one was hurt in this situation, But it scares me because psychos like this one, they inspire other crazies to do similar things. Like this is only going to give other psychotic people the idea of doing something like this, and that thought is pretty scary. Now, there was a lot of misinformation swirling out there about who the pilot of this plane was. For some reason, whenever there's these crazy events, it seems like people always desperately try to attach the terrorist, if you will, to a certain political party. And I understand that a lot of crazy events, they're pulled off by people who have certain political motivations. But in this situation, I'm not so sure that was the case, but people were trying to claim that the pilot was some like MAGA Trump supporter, and they were sharing photos of some guy that's not even the pilot. I can confirm that this is not the guy. These are all fake photos that people were sharing all over the internet, trying to claim that this was the pilot and that this whole situation was politically motivated. I can confirm that's not the pilot. I don't know the pilot's motivations, but from what I've seen personally, I can't tie him really to anything at all. But he did leave this last post on Facebook saying, "Sorry, everyone. Never actually wanted to hurt anyone. I love my parents and sister. This isn't your fault. Goodbye." Saying that you never wanted to hurt anyone, but also threatening to crash a plane into a Walmart, that doesn't add up. I mean, if you want to take yourself out of the game per se, I don't recommend that anyone do that, but I hate when people like have those thoughts and those urges to take themselves out, and they go and take other people out in the process as well. Like, that's not a good idea. I hate that people actually do that. But I don't know what this guy is going through. There's a lot of speculation out there that I don't want to touch on just yet because there's so much information swirling around. But I think I did nail down something that he may be disgruntled about, and we may talk about that in future videos if that turns out to be the case. But I don't want to speak too soon. All of this news is developing, and you have to understand that it takes time to upload a YouTube video. So by the time this YouTube video uploads, there may be other updates as well. But I definitely wanted to let you all know that we could all, be at ease for now, because at least one psycho has been taken out of the sky and taken into custody. Hopefully they don't let him out anytime soon, because people like this are definitely very dangerous. I think that's very safe to say. But yeah, overall, this is just yet another example of how people are completely losing their minds all around us. I don't know what is going on, but I will say this. I do think that the lockdowns that we all experienced over the past couple of years had an extreme effect on people's mental health. Don't get me wrong. The world was crazy before the lockdowns. America was crazy before the lockdowns. But after the lockdowns, it just seems like people started going off the deep end at a higher rate, like left and right. Crazy things just continue to happen. And it feels like our entire society kind of lost their minds a little bit. There's no denying the fact that the lockdowns had an extreme effect on people. I mean, not being able to go outside, not being able to communicate with people the way you used to. People didn't really think about it that much at the time, but man, it has really shown what type of effects that type of stuff can have on our society, because people have just been spiraling out of control ever since. Also, I will say this. I'll just say that I believe there have been some concepts about life and certain things that have been introduced into our society over the past couple of years or few years or decade or so that has really been causing people to wig out as well. So I don't really see any end in sight to this, because everyone shies away from the conversations that need to be had. And it seems like if you have a mental illness, you're coddled and you're boosted up instead of people actually addressing your problems. So I just think things are going to continue getting crazier and crazier from here. It's like every morning we wake up and some new crazy situation happens, and then a new crazy one-ups the last crazy, and it's just spiraling out of control, while us normal people just watch from the sidelines and hope that our lives aren't directly affected by any of this craziness, but it's only a matter of time before we will be affected by it. But with all that being said, just let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Make sure not to steal any airplanes, and please do not threaten your local Walmart.